Hello there, folks. Now we are into top 30. Today it's 30 to 21. And let's just start with the list. Yeah, my number 30 is a really streamlined Euro game from Alex Cameron, and it's called World's Fair. 1893 or something like that. But anyway, World's Fair. You're gonna see the title anyway. Now, World's Fair has that theme of World's Fair, where people show their inventions, and the game looks really cool on the table. It looks stylish. It looks to that kind of a feel of that the end of 19th century, and it also has a lot of that flavor text, and I would say it's educational, some sort, for those inventions for the fair that was there. But the game-wise itself, I would say this one is a really nice touch on set collection and area controls. So you have the board and you have those different locations on the board, and you're putting cubes down there in order to control them, in order to score points for them. But there is also one thing, you're collecting cards. You're collecting cards for sets, so you can exchange them for tokens to get the points at the end of the game. You're collecting tickets to get extra points, whatever. And basically this is the pace of the game as well. You are collecting special people who you're playing for the special actions, which will give you flexibility in how you can distribute your tokens. So that there's that area majority, area control thing. Not control, sorry, area majority thing going on there. And it's nothing innovative, it's nothing like outstanding, but I don't know why I enjoy this game so much. It just amazing how he took the game and took away everything fiddly, everything that's not needed in the game, and just left us with this pure, wonderful Euro game. That's World's Fair, definitely a recommendation from me. Number 30. Number 29, yet another extremely, I would say, streamlined, yes, and it is a simple game, and the old version was simple as well. I don't know how much it changed from the previous version, but Santorini, the new one, the Roxy Games edition. Santorini is an abstract game where you are building a three-dimensional city of Santorini and using your characters to get to the third level, to the top level, and it feels chess-like or checkers-like. It feels abstract. It feels like this kind of abstract strategy kind of a game. But due to its three-dimensional feel, it feels a little bit more innovative. Although I wouldn't say it is innovative. When we first saw the game on Kickstarter, it looked childish because it has so many of those plastic pieces and it looks like a toy. But when you start playing, the game is amazing. You have these special powers as well, and every special power feels broken. It feels like it's overpowered, something like that. But on the other hand, it works. It just does the wonderful things. And each one of you has this kind of a really cool power, and you're trying to get the most benefit of that and outsmart your opponent. I do like games where you have to outsmart your opponent, and it's fast. It's gorgeous on the table, although it's lots of plastic pieces, and yeah, it's just an amazing filler type 2-player game. There's 3 and 4-player variant. We haven't played it. I feel like it should stay as a 2-player game anyway. Maybe we'll try the other player counts as well. But yeah, Santorini, just a wonderful design and a great addition from Roxy Games. Although if it first seems to you as a toy, just if you get a chance to try it, you might really fall in love with this game. That's Santorini, number 29. Number 28, a crunchier game. And now, if I told you that Santorini looks a bit toyish, but it looks like really cool and 3D and everything else, this game doesn't look that cool to me. And I would love to have the deluxe edition, the new edition with improved art, components, graphical layout. But the game itself is wonderful. That's Terraforming Mars, number 28. So, Terraforming Mars is an engine building game and tableau building game where you're doing everything through the cards, and the cards have requirements of temperature or the oxygen or whatever. You're basically terraforming Mars altogether, but you are trying to win the game with getting the most points, and you are investing in different projects. You're building oceans and greenery tiles on the board. You are also basically playing all the cards down that give you some special abilities, some set collection aspects. You are playing some take that cards, not many of them, but I mean, like, you still have a little bit of that as well. But it's a really solid Euro game. It's a wonderful design mechanics wise, but and theme. I adore theme of Mars and Terraforming Mars as well. It's amazing, but the components, the art, it just needs to be revised. And for the price that it is, I know that you get an awesome game for that price, but this price point is just too high for the game that has, has really, really bad quality components and art. They need to do it right. Like, give it Terraforming Mars to whatever French publisher, give it to Coolme or not, whoever, and let them make it like a candy. If it would be even $80, I'll be fine with it, with great components. Mind Clash Games does wonderful design, of Euro games, does wonderful artwork and wonderful component quality. Give it to Mind Clash Games, and they'll do that right. Anyway, that's Terraforming Mars, number 28, great game. Number 27, another company, and it's Madagot. Now, you can give Terraforming Mars to Madagot, and they will do it right as well. But this game is called Enosh, and Enosh have this Celtic theme to it, and the art as well, and like kind of original art and Celtic art. It's different, it's stylish. The box cover looks like controversial. I mean, the art style, for some it's just ugly, for some it's beautiful, for some it's alright. But the game itself inside looks really, really cool, really stylish. I do like the game, but we look at the game mechanics. And it's an area control, area majority game where you have different clans and you're trying to coexist on the map, but you're trying to get to one of the winning conditions and become a chieftain of the lands, whatever. And then there's that cool thing about you have three different sort of winning conditions, or how you can win the game, how you can get to be the chieftain. And you also have this coexist mechanic there as well, where if I go with my clan members, I go to your land, we can either fight or we can agree that we will coexist, but whoever has the majority of his clan members on the land will control the other clans for the point value. If you control 6 different clan members of the other opponents, then it's one of the winning conditions. And then you can also build strongholds when you're fighting. Some of your troops will be defended, and you have all the different. Basically, it's a card drafting game, and everything evolves around the cards. And there is one more issue that some people have, is that the cards from round to round, from game to game, are the same that you're drafting. So there's a small deck of cards which you will be drafting each game. And I like that, because at first you don't know the cards, and then as you play the game more and more, you learn the cards and you learn the strategy. But the strategy evolves around the board itself. It evolves around those epic, whatever they're called, epic story cards, whatever. There is another card pack, which are the boosted, which are really cool special ability cards right there that you can get as well throughout the game. And there is also location cards. If you control the location, you get the special ability of a location. So you get those extra cards in the game that add to variability, but the initial cards that you're drafting are the same. And I think that adds to the learning curve of the game, where you still need to play it 2 times in order to know the cards, know the strategy, but you are not struggling with lots of text from game to game. And I like that a lot. I know some people don't like it. I like that. And Enosh itself is a wonderful design from Madagot, yet another wonderful. It's in the Excel collection as Kemet and Cyclades and Giants. And yeah, I cannot, like, although sometimes it might fall flat, I still think it's an amazing design in my opinion. That's Enosh, number 27. Number 26 is a cooperative game, and it's from Team Fowers. and it's called Burgle Brothers. When we saw it on Kickstarter, we were like, not really our style of game, cooperative game, though thieves and this kind of nowadays thieves and stealing, going into the building, stealing from the walls and escaping through the roof. Sounds cool, but on the other hand, whatever, skipped it. And then Kyle came from US to one of our Estonian board game camps in winter, and he showed this game to us. And wow, I think he played it for the first time as well, or the second, whatever. I mean, he fell in love with the game, and I fell in love with the game, and Alina fell in love with the game. It's an amazing design. It's basically you have those different tiles you're going through, and you are trying to find the vaults, but you can step into other rooms where you can hack computers and turn off alarms, or you will step into the alarm rooms where the alarm will go off. But you're trying to crack the walls, the safes, in order to get the goods and then escape through the roof. So you need to go through 3 different levels of the building, and it looks stylish. At first it looked bland when I looked at it from the pictures, but once I played it, it felt really stylish. And it feels like you are doing it together. There is also that AI, the guard, which is moving from level to level, and from floor to floor. And the cool part is that you need to strategize how to, because he's always moving towards someone, and how to make it so he will move towards someone, but enough so he will not catch you, so the other can escape, and then you can escape through another routes, and we are not getting caught or something like that. So, and every thief has special ability as well. It's just wonderful. And this small package, it's the same as with the paper bag, the same package of these. It's tightly packed, and if there will be an expansion, it will not fit. But yeah, wonderful game from Team Fowers, a cooperative game. And we don't really play cooperative games that much anymore. This one is definitely to stay in our collection for longer. And also the Fugitive is a sequel to that, which is a 2-player card game. It's not on my list because I played it after doing this list. But yeah, Fugitive would have been in my top 100 surely as well. Now, it was number 26, Burgle Brothers. Number 25 is a game from Bruno Catala and Days of Wonder, and it's 5 tribes. 5 tribes, at first, the same. Feels abstract, the art looks like it's trading in the Mediterranean, something like that. Although it's really not, it's more beautiful. The genies are really cool looking. But overall, yeah, I really didn't believe in the game. But in one of the board game camps in Estonia, we played the game, and I enjoyed it, and it's still one of our favorite 2-player experiences, 2-player games out there. Some people don't like that each one of you gets 2 turns and 2 bidding tokens as well. I like that 2-player variant. It's just amazing. It just works wonders. And it's a Mancala game where you are picking up meeples and then going through them and through different tiles, and then you're ending on a tile, and you can do the tile special ability. Different meeples give you some give you points, some give you an ability to maybe steal from your opponent, some give you ability to kill your opponent's meeples, viziers, whatever. Some tiles give you possibility to get the cards for the set collection, the goods for the set collection. There's nothing really innovative in my opinion, and the theme is how it is. It's not that present there, but the game mechanics are solid. It's streamlined. It's just a wonderful design, and I like how when you get the genies, you feel like you are, in a good way, you're breaking the game. So at first you're all the same, but once you start getting genies, these are kind of a boosters for the main actions that you have. They give you like you become more powerful, you become maybe overpowered in that certain part of the game, and the other player becomes overpowered in the other certain part of the game. And that's the strategy, that's the tactics as well. And with two players, why we like it also with two players is that the turns go back and forth almost, and it plays really fast as well, and there's not too much messing on the board before your turn comes up again. So yeah, a really enjoyable game. With the expansion, I love the expansion, the chasm, the mountains, and it adds the strategy of where you're gonna go. Those meeples that give you magical items, and these are also like rule-breaking magical items that you can use and do wonders. Yeah, it's just an amazing experience. That's 5 Tribes, number 25. Number 24, yet another game from yet another French designer. And it's Archipelago. Archipelago is one of the most wonderful heavy Euro games I've played. It's gorgeous. First of all, the tiles we have, we scanned the tiles of the game, and then Alina did kind of a map out of those tiles, so we put it on our wall as well because it's just gorgeous. The detail, it's amazing. It's amazing. It's Ismael, a wonderful artist as well. And the game itself, although it's fiddly at some point, and maybe if Chris Pellinger would look at it right now, he would streamline it a bit, and the rules are not that well written, it's still an amazing experience. You are exploring the archipelago, and the exploring action itself is really cool. Like, for example, in Above and Below, where you go exploring in the caves, here it's similar. You go exploring, and then you are finding new sides of the archipelago, the map itself. And then you have those meeples and boats, and you're collecting the goods. You are building cities and markets to control tiles, to trade. There's also the common goal is basically that the natives might revolt against you, and if they reach a certain amount of people, the natives, then they will revolt against everyone will lose. So you need to do kind of a cooperation a little bit in order for the natives not to revolt. I know theme, okay, but it's just a wonderful game design, and it's a heavy Euro that we really enjoy. It has this kind of French style, French school, French feel to it. Also, you have those secret objectives. So the thing is that you know a part of the scoring at the end of the game, and you know one of the end game conditions as well. And if it's met, you will reveal the card. The game will end, and you will count points. But if the card is like this is your card in front of you, you know one of the end game scorings as well. It doesn't mean that only you will score that. Everyone can score that. There was like written that the most cities will score that amount of points, and you will not get the most cities, you will not score that card, although you did know about that card. And you're trying to figure out who else knows what information about the end game scoring. And there's also the scoring which is common and everyone knows about it, and that adds to the tension. You're trying to figure out what to build, where to approach in order to get the most points, because you know only a partial amount of information about the scoring at the end of the game. Just an amazing feel, just an amazing game. That's Archipelago, number 24. Number 23, and that's the game where I put the insert recently together for from Daedalus. The insert is blah. Sadly, it has some really cool elements, but the insert overly, they need to revise it. But anyway, Kemet. It's hard to get Kemet to the table because it plays well with more players. It's a huge game. It's from Excel Matagod collection, but it has this hybrid feel to it. It's an amazing art, amazing components. It looks great on the table, but there's a lot of bits, a lot of pieces, quite few rules. It's a little bit fiddly, but the engine you're building in the game, the strategy you're doing in the game, and those power tiles, you're grabbing the power tiles, different colored power tiles do different things. and you need to strategize in order to get to a certain amount of points and defend them so you will win the game. And there's also expansion which adds this prophet's path as well that you can go through. It's an extra fiddliness, but I still liked it. I like how it's something extra, and from there you can get some extra abilities that you can use on the main board. And I really do like the black pyramids and the black power tiles now, and it's just this game is epic. It goes for a longer amount of time when you play it with the expansion, when you need to remember all the rules and teach the game. It's a little bit hard to do that, but once you get it on the table, once you know the rules exactly, just read them before every game a little bit. Why not? I mean, it's probably a camp game for us where we might play it only twice a year at most, and it will still feel epic. Every time you put it on the table, it feels epic. It's only my 20th, it was my number 12, something like that last year, but it's my 23 right now because it's hard to get it to the table, and due to the fiddliness and the amount of and the length of the game. But overly, wow, when you get it to the table, it's a great experience of engine building. It's constant fighting. We're not into fighting games that much, but you need to attack to get points, and you're going there, you're attacking, you cannot turtle that much. But this pyramids mechanic and everything, wonderful. That's Kemet number 23. Number 22 is another game from Days of Wonder that we reviewed, so you can go watch our review. That's Quadrupoles. And Quadrupoles, I would say it's a family style city building game. It has this kind of an app look to it, and there's a classical mode, expert mode. We would play only expert mode, and it's not that hard from the classical mode. I can teach a non-gamer an expert mode as well. But you have those architects and you have the grid of tiles that you're grabbing, and those different tiles interact point-wise, the scoring-wise, with the other tiles. So you need to, basically you have your own grid and you have the grid in the center. You're grabbing tiles, putting them in your own grid into different districts with some restrictions. And then at the end of the game, you will score points. So for example, it's parked near the house, it will score you extra points. If the office is near that thing, it will score you those points. And if it's built up, so you can build up. It looks really amazing, translucent meeples as well and such, and all the things that just, it's a clean design. It's a French design. And the other thing about this one is that I really like the architect's mechanic, where you put down the architect. There are 4 sides of a grid in the center. You're putting down the architect with a number. It means that from this row on that side, I'm counting like the architect number 2. Then from this side, I will count 1, 2. This is the tile I will get. And now I can put it in either to this number 2 district on my player board or into number 2 slot on any district. And it also adds, and then this means that now I have blocked this side of the board, of the central row of the central board where we grab tiles, and this urbanist goes rounds and he blocks some things, and then you need to be wise and smart when and where to grab the tiles in order to get your city built in the most efficient way and score the most points. And that's a wonderful game. That's Quadrupoles number 22. And number 21, that's another game we did review for a long time ago. It's an older review, but you can still watch it. After that, we played it with the expansion as well, and that's called Abyss. And it has the expansion Abyss Kraken. Amazing looking game. Xavier collected a really great job with the art, the style. It created the whole universe. Although the game itself and the mechanics and the theme are not blended well together. I mean, like, when you play the game, you don't feel the theme through mechanics, but through this art and through the whole package of the game, you can feel this theme. And it's a lighter game. It's not really hard game. It's from Bruno Catala and Charles Chevalier, another French game. I do really love French school of games. And you are set collecting. There's that push your luck element. You have those pearls, really cool looking pearls. You're bidding on different cards on those pearls. With those pearls, you are grabbing the specialists or the lords, which give you special abilities, but give you keys as well. At some point, you will When you get the third key, you will grab the location. Location gives you a lot of points at the end of the game, the end game scoring, but you have to cover abilities of your lords. That's the really cool thing about this one, that you need to strategize. There's a lot of tactics, push your luck as well, a little bit of that random. The expansion adds the black pearls, which is also a currency, but it can give you negative points at the end of the game. Gives you the Kraken figurine to see who is the worst. It gives you this treasure deck, which is totally push your luck, but can give you quite a lot of value, quite a lot of points out of that. I really like it. I think that this kind of a set collection plus push your luck works well in this game, and it just looks gorgeous. That's Abyss number 21. And that's it for this list. And next time we'll go 20 to 11, and it's gonna get even more exciting. And 10 to 1, I cannot wait to talk about my top 10 games of all time, my ultimate top 10 games, because they are amazing. And I'm gonna, if you haven't tried them, I'm gonna travel to your home and make you try them. Just kidding. Anyway, thanks for watching. We'll see you another time. Bye bye.